week's video, couldn't tell from the intro, I did a thing. I kind of bought a lot of books. So let's go through the 2 book hauls I have. These are just 2 different orders. I don't know why Books A Million sent me 4 different shipments of my one order instead of just all of it together, but they did. So I did an order from Book Outlet, which was about $90, and then I did an order from, no wait, I lied. I did an order from Books A Million, which was about $90. There's a reason for it. You'll see when I start opening them. And then I did a Book Outlet order that was about $75, but I get gift cards through my work for like the Visa ones, so I use that to buy my Book Outlet books. So I really only spent money on this, because girl math. Do my Books A Million one first, because that's a less exciting haul, because it's basically the same one author, which you'll see in a second. But then we'll do my Book Outlet, because that one has more authors and more genres of books. I don't know why, like I said, it shipped in 4 different orders. That was really weird. So here is the first pull, which is The Hero of the Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This is the 3rd book in the Mistborn trilogy. A pattern will start appearing here soon. Look how stupid this is. You don't need that box for this. The 2nd and 3rd pulls are going to be The Bands of Mourning and The Shadow's Self. This one's got one of those rip pull tabs, but rip pull tab isn't working. We're DIYing it now. Oh, this is actually a different book. I'll come back to that one, actually. I'm going to come back to that one. Let me open this last Books A Million box. In this one, we have The Wells of Ascension, we have The Alloy Law, and we have The Lost Metal. Since I did not talk about them, let's talk about them now. If you didn't notice, these are all Brandon Sanderson, specifically the Mistborn cycle. These are the 2nd and 3rd book in this series. The Well of Ascension and The Hero of the Ages are the 2nd and 3rd book in the Mistborn. I own the 1st book, I just finished reading it. These are the next 4 books in the series, the part 2 of the series. I don't know the order yet, obviously, I've not got them. But let me tell you why I decided to buy all of these right now. The reason is I prefer reading my Brandon Sanderson in mass market paperback, which is what these versions of the books are. However, the publishing industry has decided that mass market paperback books aren't something that they want to keep producing. So I panicked. And I bought all of the current Mistborn cycle that's out in mass market paperback because I don't like switching my book formats halfway through a series. Like, I will do it if I have to. Like, for example, I have the Enemy series here, and I have 3 in hardback, but they're special edition hardbacks, and I bought them secondhand. But I decided to pick all of these up in the mass market paperback because that's also how I prefer to read my Brandon Sanderson when I read his books physically. I don't like the tall versions that they have. So I panicked and I bought them all. I also, with this, pre-ordered Winds in Truth as a mass market paperback book. That does not release until November though, which also gives me hope that Brandon Sanderson is going to keep producing his books in mass market paperback, even though the rest of the publishing industry might not be doing that. I'm super stoked. I will say though, look at this. Someone's grubby little fingers. Can you see that? Can you see my little camera? It looks like someone like had black on their fingers and then touched the book and got black on all the edges. So I'm not super pleased about that. Also, the pages, like the inner ones, are like lighter or tanner, which I did notice that with these ones. This one, and there's one other one. This one. Why is it like that? I think I had figured out the order. So I think the 1st book for this is The Alloy Law, then it goes The Shadow of Self, and then it goes The Bands of Mourning, and then The Lost Metal. The Well of Ascension, and then The Hero of the Ages. So yeah, these are the first 7, minus the random smudges and the weird pages. I'm super excited to have these and put these on my shelf. And I'm excited to get Winds in Truth in, so that way I can have that one also in the mass market paperback. But yeah, let's get on to the 7th book, because the 8th book in this order, like I said, won't come in until November, which is Winds in Truth as mass market paperback. It is my book club's book for the month. It's Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brennan. I don't know much about this. I do think there's a 2nd book. It's basically like reincarnated as the villainess type thing. I think the girl dreams of being in her fantasy world, gets reincarnated into it, but she's the villainess, and so she's got to try to win and survive. So I'm excited to have this. I need to start this for book club this month, so I do need to get in on that. I like the cover art a lot. I like her dress. It's just for book club. It was actually my book club pick. As our genre was isekai this month, we use a book spinner and it spins the genre for us, so it's isekai, and this is one of the ones that I knew was an isekai. So I put it in and it got picked. So I think I should know more about it than I do. I'm excited to read it. Glad to have it. Next, my book outlet one. So when I order from book outlet, it's always like a 50-50 if it's like first book, second books in a series. So I was really trying to focus on getting books that I either have first book, second book, or, you know, standalones. And I was really proud of myself. I also tried to widen the genres that I picked with this order because I generally just read fantasy. I don't think there's anything wrong with just reading one genre of book, but I do think that it's nice and important to branch out. So I did pick, there's still 4 fantasy books, but then there's also a dark fantasy, a horror book, 2 horror books, and a classic. So let's get in. This is not, well, I didn't order this book. So first off, not a book I ordered. I guess the world wanted me to read more classics. I'm assuming that this is a classic. Polybus? In writing his account of the relentless growth of the Roman Empire, the Greek statesman Polybus set out to help his fellow countrymen understand how their world came to be dominated by Rome. Opening the Punic War, he vividly records the critical stages of Roman expansion, its campaigns throughout the Mediterranean, the temporary setbacks inflicted by Hannibal, and the final destruction of the Carthage. An active participant in contemporary politics, as well as a friend of many prominent Roman citizens, Polybus was able to draw on a range of eyewitness accounts and on his own experiences as many of the central events, giving his work immediacy and authority. Okay, so I didn't buy this book. I did not buy this. I hope that I'm not missing any of my other books then. I guess there's only one way to find out. This is a classic, so I guess we have a second classic. The classic I did order was Brave New World. I'm trying to increase my classics collection and also reread some of the books that I read in high school for English. So Brave New World was one of those. I'm gonna do a reread of this. I also want to do a reread of Animal Farm, but I feel like I have a copy of Animal Farm at my library at my parents' house. I want to get this. I want to get Animal Farm. I want to get Pride and Prejudice. I want to get like all the classics, Frankenstein, things like that. So we're kind of working on that. So I got this one because I did read this in high school and it was like super cheap on the website. So if I order a bunch of classics, I might just order them all from Book Outlet. Just a little damaged, and then the black dot on the bottom, which is what it usually has. Next one is He Who Drowned the World. I read the first book, She Who Became the Sun, and it left me feeling so uncertain about everything. Crazy. I was really stoked that they had this. I didn't know if they would, and then I was looking through and they did, and so I became super happy. This is obviously the second book. The first book, as I said before, She Who Became the Sun. It's crazy. It's insane. I highly recommend it. It's a wild ride, and characters are so morally gray / immoral. It's like a weird, like, it's not like moral gray is like, I'll kill you because you touch my girl, I'll kill you. Morally gray. It's like, genuinely, I don't know how I feel about either of the 2 main characters in this book and the actions that they've taken so far. Like, I don't think they're good actions, but at the same time, you just kind of sit there and think of it, because we follow Zu, who is like impersonating her brother. Her brother died, and so she's impersonating him. And it's kind of escalated to being way more than what it was supposed to be, and so she has some actions that are very questionable. And we're also following a general, the other side of the army, because it's war. There's a war, and he's got some questionable motives and actions, and they're kind of set up to fight each other the whole time. Like they're like the villains, the enemies. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy, and I genuinely don't know how I feel about these characters morally. I'll have to check after because I think I'm missing one. Let me go on, but I do think I'm missing one. So the next one is Eternal Ruin. This is the second book to Immortal Dark. I have it. I have not read it. My friend's currently reading it, and she says that she loves it. So this one I picked up because I had the first book, Sprayed Edges. Yeah. So this one, I don't know if it's a duology or if it's gonna be a trilogy, but I picked this one up because I wanted to complete some of the books that I already owned instead of just... Hold up! Did not know that she was gonna be beautiful. Did not know that. Okay. Gonna be displaying that naked. The next one was a completely random shout out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if this was a good idea to get or a bad idea to get, but I have it now. It's the Book of Azrael. I think this is a dark fantasy, dark romance. First book of Gods and Monsters. I'll be honest with you. That's kind of one of the main reasons I got it. Right, end papers first. Out of the back. Oh, they are different. I mean, if anything, even if I hate it, it's also gonna be naked. Yeah, it's dark fantasy, so don't know anything about it. I think the people love it. I love a dragon. We'll see. I think it's a gorgeous edition either way, so I will definitely be displaying this on my shelf because I think it's just stunning. Next one, which I'm currently reading, The Only Good Indians, The Buffalo Hunter. I've heard nothing but good things about this, and I'm so excited to have this. I've thought about picking it up so many times from Barnes & Noble and Books A Million, but I just never did it. I'm so excited to have this now, and I'm reading The Only Good Indians currently, so this will definitely be one of my next picks. I like Stephen Graham Jones' story, because currently The Only Good Indians, a lot of it takes place in Montana, which if you don't know, that's where I'm from. So it's funny to be reading these places and be like, I know exactly where that is, and I know exactly, like, you know, what's going on. Like, I've been there. I do enjoy seeing, like, a location that I know, because it's very rare. So, super excited to have this book. Next one, this actually, I have the first and third book in the series. So this is the second book. It's now the first three in the series, and this is The Witch's Blade. I've not read the first nor the third, but I said, let me just finish them up while I have them. So now I have all three, so now I don't have an excuse. Well, actually, I think there's a fourth. Guess I can't read until I have the fourth. No, I'm just kidding. But there is a fourth that I do need to eventually pick up. I have the first, second, and third, so I can really start reading it whenever. I just have to start reading it. And the final book is another one that I've wanted to pick up for so long that I just haven't. I've heard really good things about it, and it's The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I really don't know a lot about it. I just know people love it, and it was a genre swap from what I normally read. At least I think it is. Elves! So maybe I was wrong. Maybe this is also fantasy. Maybe I only got 3. Well, so technically I got dark fantasy, which is still technically. Anyway, so I'm excited to have The Devils and to read it. I've been looking at it, and I've heard, oh! That's so sad. Okay, but that's okay. That's why it's here. That's okay. And that's why it's on discount books. So if you don't know, Book Outlet sells all their books at a discount. That's why they usually have a little like mark on the bottom, and so they can sell them at a discount. But anyway, that's okay. We'll display cover up. Cover up. You can't tell it's there. Even edge out, you can't really tell. I guess it has L, so it might technically be fantasy, but I'm going to classify it as under dark fantasy, which makes it a different genre than fantasy. And you cannot argue in the comments with me about it, so sorry. And that was the last book for my Book Outlet. Let me check my Book Outlet order and make sure I got all the ones I was supposed to, and that Polybus did not replace some of the ones I actually wanted. So give me a second. Okay, so it did mess up my order. I knew I was missing one, I just couldn't remember what it was. And now that I remember, I'm very upset. So I will be emailing Book Outlet to let them know that they didn't fulfill my order completely. Instead of Polybus, which I don't really even care about having, like, I guess I have it, so I'll read it if they don't ask me to return it. But I was supposed to get Air. It's the first book in duology. And that's what I was supposed to get instead of Polybus. This is, in my opinion, okay, classics people don't come here. A loss. I'm at a loss with getting this one instead of Air. So I'm going to send them an email and be like, hey, can you please send me the book I ordered because you didn't? And see if they want this one back, I guess. Because I'm very upset that I didn't get that. I really wanted to read that duology, and they had the book at Book Outlet finally, so I will be ordering that. But with that being said, I will show you the full haul. And yes, I know I should not have bought more books because my TBR. Here's the haul. Thanks for coming to my video. and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, me from the future. I sent Book Outlet an email in regards to the fact that I did not get my book that I wanted, and they were able to send me, they had the copy in stock still, so they sent it to me. So now, we have it. This is the Walmart exclusive edition. I think the cover is just purple when I think it's normally blue. The inside is pink. And ooh, ooh. Whoa, this is like matte. What the hell? That's cool. I have now all my books that I ordered in. That also means now I have to read, because now I just went back into the negatives for the books I've read this month. So, whoopsie daisies. That was my order. Thanks for coming to the book haul. Bye!